If you're a breastfeeding new mom, you're already very well aware of how important your nutrition is to your baby's health. But if you're wondering if your diet is covering all your nutritional bases, you're not alone. This is actually a question I get from new moms all the time. Hi, I'm Alison Acerra, registered dietitian with MedShadow, and today I want to talk about how you can make sure you and your breastfeeding baby get all the nutrients you both need so you can both thrive. Number one, it's really important to make sure you're eating a balanced diet that contains enough calories, carbohydrates, proteins, and fats. So you want to keep in mind that breastfeeding is like a high-intensity sport. It requires, in some cases, roughly up to 500 more calories per day, as well as more of key nutrients like protein, vitamins A, D, B12, and minerals like selenium and zinc. So to get enough of these nutrients, you want to choose protein-rich foods at each and every meal, sustainably sourced wild fish, poultry and meats, vegetarian options like tofu and tempeh. You want to be sure you're including fiber-rich carbohydrates, fruits, veggies, starchy vegetables, whole grains, legumes, as well as healthy oils from avocados, olive oil, nuts, and seeds. If you follow a vegetarian diet specifically, it's important to choose foods that'll give you some of the nutrients you might need to work a little harder to get. Foods rich in iron, protein, and calcium. So number two, breast milk contains all of the nutrients your baby needs for up to 6 months, apart from vitamin D, but it's important to remember that within one feeding, the quality of the milk changes. So early in the feeding, the milk is more watery and meets your baby's hydration needs. Later, you'll begin to produce your hind milk, which is more nutrient and calorically dense. So you want to be sure your baby empties one breast before moving on to another. Number three, you might want to think about incorporating nutritional supplements. So you'll want to speak with your trusted healthcare provider to understand your specific needs. But generally, I'll highlight a few nutrients here that are really going to be crucial and may require supplementation to meet gaps in the diet. Omega-3 fatty acids, very important for your baby's brain development. Vitamin D and calcium are going to protect your bones or mom's bones and also support both your and baby's nutrient reserves. And for those vegetarians, vitamin B12 is really important. Deficiency is related to developmental delays in infants. Number four, foods to avoid. In order to protect you and your baby's health, be sure to limit or even avoid caffeine, processed foods, alcohol, mercury-rich fish. These are typically larger fish like tuna, swordfish, shark, sea bass. So as a recap, to make sure you and your baby are getting all the nutrients you need, choose a varied and balanced whole foods diet. Be sure your baby gets the most nutrition from each feeding by emptying one breast before moving on to another. Incorporate nutritional supplements to meet nutrient gaps. And do your best to follow the list of foods to avoid. Thank you for watching. As always, let us know if you have any questions, and happy feeding.